Yo guys, what is going on? And welcome to another live stream here on my channel. And this one is going to be a very interesting one, and it's something that I'm going to be trying out as like a practice, and it could become like a series down the line. I'm not too sure, but today we are going to be doing a race on F1 2017. It's a game I absolutely love. I love F1, I love racing games, and yeah, I want to be doing this, and we are going to be doing the British Grand Prix, which happened actually only recently, last weekend. I am live streaming, like I've already said, and we are going to be doing the full race. So it's going to be 100% race, meaning that it's going to be what it would be in real life, the length of it. So it's going to be about an hour and a half live stream. I have done qualifying already, and I did a one-shot qualifying, and I deliberately decided I want to start at the back of the grid. As well as that, I am also going to not drive off the grid until between 20 to 30 seconds to give myself a big challenge. Also, what I should probably say is the difficulty is on 80%, which is the first well, on this game you can give a number between 1 and 100 of what difficulty. I play on 80, which is the first of expert mode. I think from 60 to 79 is hard mode, so this is expert mode. So the drivers at the front, like Vettel, like Bottas, like Raikkonen, like the two Red Bull drivers in Ricciardo and Verstappen, they should be very quick. So it's going to be hard to catch on to that. Considering I'm at the back of the grid, it means that obviously I will be having to overtake all the slower cars anyway. But on top of that, obviously I've got that 20 to 30 second penalty off the grid. So when cars are going to be driving away to start the race, I'm just going to be sat there or like driving slowly for about 20-30 seconds, and then I can go full throttle. One other thing I should probably say is it's dynamic weather, so it could actually rain because it is the British Grand Prix, and in Britain it is touch and go weather. Obviously in real life right now, for the last few weeks it's been very hot, like very sunny, as it was in the Grand Prix that just went, like I've already mentioned. But we have a tendency to have rainy weather, so it could change in this. Another thing I probably should say just before I get going is the damage on the car is simulation, which if you guys don't know about F1 games, it means that it's full damage. So any little contact I make with any other car or whatever, it will cause damage, and meaning that obviously if I make a mistake, I'll have to obviously endure going through the pits again, which will slow me down further. So let's just quickly recap what is going to happen. This is a full race, so it's going to be 100% race. I have done quite a few of these in the past on different F1 games, including this one. I'm starting at the back of the grid, and I'm not going to move until like 20 to 30 seconds into the race to give myself even more of a challenge in this race. We're on 80 difficulty, which is what I'm used to. We are in Hamilton's car, and we are like as Hamilton because I'm on Grand Prix mode instead of career. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So hopefully, my aim is obviously to get onto the podium if I can. Winning a race would be amazing, but this is going to be a long race. So yeah, settle back. I just got my first message from Kyle saying I hope you crash on the first lap. If I crash on the first lap, I crash on the first lap. But this is going to be quite a long live stream. So first thing before I set off is I'm just going to make sure my fuel load is about right. So it is a 52 lap race, as it says there. I could choose to do a 2-stop or a 3-stop stop strategy. So at the moment our fuel load is 1.9 laps over, so that is 53.9 as it says there. I'm actually going to put that up to a 55, so it means I've got plenty more fuel. Oh, the maximum is only 54.9. It means I can go on rich fuel mode for a longer, meaning I should be able to go a bit quicker. Obviously I might be slow because I'm a bit heavier. I'm up to 105 kilograms, which 105 kilograms of fuel is quite a lot, but in a car that weighs not much, it's going to be interesting. Our car setup is in preset 3, which is standard. I decided not to change it for the one-shot qualifying, in which I deliberately came last. But yeah, I think I am ready to go. So let's start this race and get going. So I am going to have a look at the time. I'm not going to set off for a good, you know what, I'm going to go past the line. Oh, anti-stall. I'm just going to go past the line. Okay, it's not actually giving me, I thought it would come up with my time at the top. Right, so what I'm going to do for about half a second, about 20 seconds from now, I'm just going to cruise. And yeah, I've got 52 laps. Hopefully I can get quite high up. I don't actually know how long we've been going already, but I'm going to give it a bit longer. Okay, so I see the cars getting away in the distance right now. So I'm literally just going to let them get away, give them a good head start. Okay. You know what, I think I might go until the end of this first sector, which is down this main straight. Is that too long? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely been 30 seconds. Alright, 5, 4, 3... Actually no, I will go to the line because it's just at the end of the straight here, I think. First sector. Yeah, so Ericsson is 28 seconds ahead, so 3... no, actually, on the end of this next corner, and I'm going to go away and do this. Right. Let's go! Now our race has started, so obviously my aim is to try and come as high as I can. Full race, so get ready. This is going to be an hour and a half of just racing. So my concentration levels might be quite low by the end of this, so there might be an accident if there is a big accident. The only way that this race will finish early is if I crash out. I'm not going to use flashback at all. Any accident I have, I'm literally going to take. Okay, they're actually onto the second lap right now. Oh god, I think I left it a bit too late, but it's okay, it's okay. I'm just going to do what I can. Should I go on to Rich now or not? How much have we got? We've got only 2.7 laps spare. That's pretty crazy, you know? Right. I'm going to just stay on standard for most of it and only use it if need be. So let's have a look. So it's going to be two-stopper, and it's saying between lap 14 and 22. So that was actually a fastest sector, but I just need to concentrate. Obviously I might go silent quite a bit in this live stream because at the end of the day it's going to be a long race. I don't really want to talk through all of it. But if I get any messages on this live stream, I will read them out. I'll keep checking them when I'm on like a long straight or something. So anyone that wants to leave me a message, and it could be about anything, and I'll read through it. So like down the straight right now, I'll have a quick glance at my laptop, which I've got in front of me, and see what we can do. So we've got a fastest sector there. We're 23.7 seconds behind Ericsson, who is in 19th place. Okay, that was a poor corner. Okay, I think I'm just going to settle down, probably not talk too much, unless I get a message or I've got something to say really. So let's go. I have another message. I'll check down this main straight after this chicane. I saw it come up on my laptop before I saw it come up on my screen, so let's have a look. Come on Max, get the win lad. If anyone that's wondering who messaged out then, it's Kyle, a good mate of mine. He's a big fan of the Red Bulls, especially Max Verstappen, but everyone's a big fan of him. One of the youngest drivers ever in F1, and he's just a big talent. I do like Max myself, but I'd probably say my favourite driver is Lewis Hamilton. I've watched him all of his career. I started watching F1 in the 2007 season, which actually was Hamilton's debut season, where he came second in the championship in his rookie year. Next season, obviously, he won it on the last day in Brazil, beating Felipe Massa to the title. And then, well, that was 2008, 2009, I think from 2009 to 2012 it was pretty much Vettel's years in the Red Bull before he moved obviously to Ferrari. Obviously he's back challenging for the title. He's got the lead in the title right now over Lewis. But it's a tense battle this season. It's been one of the tensest battles. Obviously the last few years it's been pretty much Lewis versus Nico Rosberg, who obviously retired straight after he won the world title. Fair play to him. That was his aim in his career. He did that, and now he's just enjoying being with his family and stuff. I think he's still in racing. I think it's touring cars he's been mentioned in. So, yeah. Oh dear. I need to see the sector times. Okay, let's have a look. 15 seconds behind Ericsson. So Ericsson, they're in the slowest car in the Sauber, so it shouldn't take me too long to do that. But in a few laps, I've taken it down like 15 seconds to him. That's actually crazy. It's the front runners I'm a bit worried about, but oh my god, we've only done nearly we've nearly completed just 3 laps. We've got another like 49 to go, which is actually mental, but it's going to be a slog. But I really do enjoy F1 games, especially doing it full distance. I want to know, I'm trying to think if I've done the British Grand Prix full distance, but I've done Australia one, absolutely. I've done Bahrain one, full distance, and I think I've done Brazil, and I'm trying to think what other ones I might have done the British one, Grand Prix, because being British, obviously it's a brilliant track at Silverstone. There is talks at the moment that Silverstone might be discontinued as a like a race after 2019, so next year could be its last one, considering that ever since F1 began in the early 50s, it's been here every single year. So I would be sad to see Silverstone go. I think there was talks that they wanted to make it like a London street circuit, which I just don't think it would work. Like, street circuits are great, but the more and more street circuits you add to the calendar, the less like special. Like Monaco is just special for so many reasons. Obviously it's in a principality, like the glamour, the glitz and glamour of southern France, even though technically it's not France, because like I said, it's a principality because it's owned by a royal family. But yeah, Monaco is special. It's difficult on these games, obviously. Okay, I went a bit wide. Oh, I can see some of the cars. I see some of the cars. Oh no, my phone's gone off. I didn't realise this could be an issue. Can I have a quick look while down the straight? Okay, it's just a notification, something on the phone. 8 seconds behind Ericsson. Am I going to be good at overtaking? Like, I'm decent at overtaking, but with a bit of contact, my wing could be a bit messed up. But we've caught up quite well. Have we gone up in laps? I think I had 2.71, so I think we're actually gaining fuel. So like towards the end I can like go hell for leather with rich fuel, but we'll close that down. I don't want to pause at all within this race. I want it to be continuous like the actual drivers would go through, so even pits, that's my only time to really like stretch my hands, really. Just like take my hand off the controller. Right. I cannot wait for the next F1 game, which I think is like 20 something of August. Can't wait, especially with the new tracks like France and bringing back Germany, the Hockenheimring, which was on previous F1 games and F1 calendar, which I actually really like. I prefer it over the Nürburgring for the German Grand Prix. But yeah, the French one actually looked pretty decent on TV. It looked like a decent track. Right, I'm closing in on them now. It looks like there's a nice little pack to overtake. I'd like to know. Actually, I could ask my. I could ask where my team. Oh. I need to concentrate. I didn't say that. I said uh-oh. Alright, I'll do it down the straight. I want to see where my teammate is. How many seconds ahead he is ahead of me? Because I'm guessing Valtteri is kind of high up. I'd like to think so, at least. I can't see them on the other half of the track, right? I'm trying to work out. Where's teammate? Wait, actually, I'll try and get a full race update in a second. It looks like we're coming up to our first overtake on Marcus Ericsson. You know, well, let's get a full race update. Okay, that's not the information I wanted, but I love the information that I got given. So, like, who's ahead, how far they're ahead. I can see who's ahead, and I can see how far they're ahead. It's kind of nice to know where my pit stop is. I kind of wish I need like a weather report. Like, the weather's fine. You know what? Let's just leave that. Okay, so we're not last anymore. After. Okay, I was looking at the lap then, and I didn't really think we're right. I should be able to take Verline at least here. Okay, he's off the racing line. Oh my god. Fernando then was a bit less heavy on the brakes. Or a bit heavy on the brakes, actually. Okay, I've got an itchy nose. Okay, I needed to go off the racing line then, but I should get DRS down this main straight. I should be able to take him as well. That's an easy overtake on Fernando. Oh, I don't want to clip my front wing on Lance's front wing. Right, here we go. Here's where we get a bit of speed. Okay, he seems to be just letting me. Oh. Okay, it looked like he was trying to come back on the thing then. Okay, I just heard on the radio that it looks like Magnussen's slowing down. It might have a problem. I wonder if we'll get a safety car or even a virtual safety car in this race. Okay, we're up to the 16th. Making decent progress. 7 laps in. Feeling the groove. I need to keep an eye on my tyres, see how they're doing actually. Okay, we're about 18%. I had a quick look there. Okay, the chicane is probably the hardest bit of the track for me. But with Van Dorn going slow as well, this is not good. Am I within a second of him? I am. I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god, why are you going so wide? Okay, it's actually a bit risky going on the outside. Jesus. Okay. In all my time playing F1 games, which spans probably to about 2010 was the first one I got, and I've had every one since. I've probably had 2 punctures, which is like learning about tyre degradation and stuff. Yeah, that's really the only time. Who we got next? Magnussen, who is apparently slow, so see how slow he really is. Obviously, we're not up against the true tests of our car yet. Cheers, Jeff. Okay, I might need to reposition my seating position right now. I've got numb bum. Can we take Magnussen before this corner? I don't know if this is going to be tough. I think I heard I think I felt contact then. Yeah, it looks like Magnussen spun out off me. That could quite easily could have been me. Could have hit my back wheel and I could have gone spinning then. I'll have to check if there's any damage. I don't think there was any damage because I think it would have come up. Tyres are fine, wings are fine, engine's fine, everything's fine. Just keep on going, James. Got the only other Brit now in front, in Julian Palmer in the Renault. Let's see if we can make light work of him. They keep going off the racing line for this corner and it slows him well down. I think they just know that like I'm the faster car. They're not really racing me in this race because they know that it's going to be inevitable that I'm going to get past. Okay, that was the information I've been waiting for, and that is how far I am behind teammate. I'm 30.1 seconds behind, meaning that the 30 seconds that I was behind Ericsson at the start, I am to now my teammate. I want to see if I can bring that down. I'm up to 13th, so I'm only a few places off the points already, after like, I was going to say nearly a 5th, but it's not even that yet. It's going to be a long race. I'm surprised I haven't had any more messages. Either from anyone that's like wondering what I'm doing, or from Kyle saying something that's gonna say, oh, I'm gonna crash, or supporting someone else. I wonder how we'll feel when I overtake Max or something, if I overtake Max. Because I don't know how this race is gonna actually play out, to be fair. It's gonna be interesting. I just wanted to handicap myself quite a bit, because if I started at the front, chances are I would have just got away and it would be a boring race. At least this is going to add to the action. Okay, the pack seems a bit more spread out now. Obviously Massa in the Williams. In real life, Williams are having a very poor season, but it's still a quick car. I think they have one of the best straight line speeds, but aerodynamically and their chassis is poor. I think it's one of the poorest, actually. Yeah, I had a pretty bad few last corners. My lap times, they're not great right now. Oh dear. Okay, it says I've got another message. Oh, I just had a quick glance at my laptop. That's a long message to read down the straight. See if I can do it. Especially trying to overtake Massa as well. Let's have a look. Oh no, oh well, now you've mentioned it. Come on, Max, and I hope you crash during your next overtake. Jesus Christ, I was still reading that when Massa broke that. Imagine. Okay, can I take him on the outside? Oh, he seemed very slow then. Okay, next overtake was fine, but it's going to get harder and harder to catch these and overtake them. These are still technically the easy ones, especially the next one being a Toro Rosso. As long as I just keep my coolness, I should be alright. Okay, it looks like Valtteri's in the pits. That's an interesting one. I wasn't expecting that. Not yet. Not lap 10. What's he doing? Is he going for a free stopper? I need to be on the inside here. Outside was a bit terrifying, to be honest. Oh dear! We're in the points, yay! Okay. That was deep. That was too deep. Okay, I'm going to let you know now. We've got too much excess fuel. Try burning it off, please. I could do, but I'm going to save it for my second stint, I think. Look, Valtteri's out here. Valtteri's only 2 cars ahead. We've got Carl Sainz first and Valtteri in front. I want to see the pace difference between myself and Valtteri. I wonder if he's on a different tyre or he stayed on the super soft. Okay. I need to remind myself of what lap I need to come in. 14 to 22, so we're on 11 at the moment. I don't know why he came in so early. I hate following a car around a corner because it's hard to see the racing line. Cut a curve a tiny bit there, but I didn't get any warning. Okay, that one's slowed me right down. I'm in DRS zone, so it's all good. I don't know if I'll be able to catch him. Okay, I've got sweaty hands right now. Oh, I'm a bit too far back, I think. Oh no, actually, they broke hard. At the moment, I'm actually saying Valtteri's getting away. But that's just, yeah, he's on super softs again. I think he's going for he might be going for a free stopper. What time is it say? Alright, I was literally just thinking what time am I going to be on next. I was just saw it at the bottom right, but then my engineer said you're approaching your pit window, you're going to be on the super softs. See, wavelength, same wavelength. I just think he's just on fresher tyres, meaning I'm not really able to push back. I'm going to lose about, what, 20 to 25 seconds for a pit stop. I've closed the gap a bit, but I think in this time between me pitting and him just pitting, he's going to create a gap to me. It's interesting, but the thing is, he's in traffic, so he's slow a bit. Because he's got Hulkenberg in front, I think I just saw. Okay, let me try and think this. Yeah, he just seems a bit quicker than me at the moment. Just getting away. He is going to get DRS over Hulkenberg, whereas I'm not going to get any. He's going to take Hulkenberg on the next straight, I think. I wish the detection zone was here because I'm within a second, surely, but I'm not. And we went past that green marker on the minimap. Okay, I'm surprised he hasn't overtaken Hulkenberg just yet. Can I take Bottas? Oh dear. I just saw Hulkenberg lock up and I was thinking, surely I'm going to hit someone. But somehow I'm ahead of Bottas. Yes, granted, I need to pit again, so. Okay, next we have Max. So if you're still watching, Kyle, you might want to watch the next few laps. Because I would assume he's pitted. But I'm not too sure. Okay, no, I feel my tyres going. I'm losing grip. I don't know if I want to pit on 14 or wait a bit so it We'll see how if Max gets a if he's going quicker than me or not. Who's he got in front? I'm guessing it's going to be a Force India because they're quick. Okay, something else has just come up on my phone. I don't know what that said. I don't know if that was a message or not. Okay. You know what I would love to do in the future? I'd love to get one of those like racing wheels you can get for like PS4. Like getting like an F1 one so it looks like an F1 steering wheel. That'd be sick. Can I take Max on this next corner? And now I'm too far back and I went wide. Jesus Christ, everyone brakes so quickly then. I've caught up a bit, but can I be in DRS range? It's in 2 corners time. I think I could, you know. That's a bit wide. I'm losing grip. Actually, I could take Max here. Clean. Clean. I want to know if he's pitted or not though. I'm guessing so, just because 3rd and 4th are Ocon and Perez. Right, we've got the DRS so we can try and get away from Max, which we have created a bit of a gap. I'm not too sure if I can take Ocon there. Oh, okay, I felt a bit of damage then. I wouldn't be surprised if a warning came up saying, like, warning collision with Ocon. Oh my god, I am feeling understeer like mad. My front left, it's getting a lot of strain on it now, starting to go a bit yellow. Raikkonen's out in front. That means potentially Vettel is 2nd. They've pitted surely, because there's no way I've caught up that quick. Okay, Perez is a bit sluggish. I wonder if I'm within a second to overtake him. Do I pit in this lap? Do I be like? Do I just go for it? They're telling me to box because obviously my pit window is opened. You know what? I'm gonna pit. I'm gonna get my first pit. I need to like get the sweat off my hand. From what I know, I don't need to even hold the accelerator. So yeah. Oh, wipe my hands. Jesus. Wipe my controller as well. Don't want sweat on it. 15 laps in, so we've still got what, 37 to go? Oh. We're right behind a Red Bull. That's Ricardo. He must have been in front then. I don't know, I'm a bit confused. My hand's already sweating again. Oh shit, I need to remember the exit. This is a bit dodgy. There we go. Let's get off that screen because I don't need to have that up. So I'm guessing Ricardo, that was his only stop so far. Meaning that I was just catching him anyway. Right, let's go on. Got plenty of fuel. And I did say I was going to use that middle stint, but I'm not too sure I'll need it yet. I'm back down to 10th. So everyone who has, I think everyone's pitted now. Except for probably Van Dorn behind me because he's up to 11th in the McLaren. Alright, come on Danny, what are you going to do? You know what, I'm going to ease off there. I don't want to go for any overtake there. If there's anyone that's the overtake master right now in F1, it is Danny Rick. One of my favourite drivers on the grid. I just love that whatever he does, he's just got a big smile on his face. But I think he's not going to have a smile in a second when I just go alongside him. Okay, so far I've had clean overtakes, except for maybe a couple where I've made a bit of contact, like Magnussen, and I think it was Ocon, wasn't it? Someone else has just pitted. Who is that? Massa. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be up to 8 right now. Wait, Palmer hasn't bit. Oh, Okay, I'm quite high up actually. Got Vettel next in third. But where is he? How far ahead is he? It looks quite a bit ahead. Okay, I might need to just settle down into a rhythm again. Okay, I felt I understood then, which is a bit weird. Is there an option car ahead? What, it says 12.7. Precious. I think they've got 2 stops remaining. They're going for a free stop, really? When's my next pit? 28 to 36. If I go to about 30, then I should easily be able to do 22 laps on the softs. Because in F1 you have to use both like hard compounds. But I think in like, well, it's 2 out of 3. Okay, so fastest lap by Raikkonen. It was just finished, so that's a good-ish indication of where he's at. If he's still in the lead, that is. Okay, maybe my early prediction of being on the podium might not be that bad after all. Depends if I'm catching Vettel or not. It was 12.7. It's 11.9, so I've caught up 8/10 in that lap. Okay, looks like I'm catching. So the 3 cars ahead are Vettel. I'm gonna say it's got to be Bottas, surely, because I've overtaken both Red Bulls, and I think they were just for position. They weren't like unlapping themselves. Ricardo definitely. I'm pretty sure Verstappen's just struggling a bit. 11.6. So that's another like 3/10 out for that time. So I'm gonna guess by like lap 25 I'll be in and around, actually maybe a bit, yeah, about lap 25 actually, is when I'm gonna be in and around Vettel, I think, at the rate we're going. I just need to just keep going, keep my head down, keep it clean, keep it smooth, which I'm not doing at the moment around the chicane, and yeah, let's go. I think it's this final sector I nail compared to any other car, because it seems they over brake at this corner. See if I can get it right. It's probably one of the cleanest we've done, but I missed the apex a bit there. 11.2. I'm only 10th up on him that time. There's a pole corner. I actually want to know, I'd love to know what drivers actually do when they're driving. Obviously they've got a lot to think about, but a lot of it is going to be instinctive, and they've just like learnt the track so much from simulators and like actually racing. But what else? What do you think like they think about? What do you think that, like, obviously they've got a drinks tube so they can drink. They've got obviously radio to their engineers. But I wonder if they like sing to themselves and stuff. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Are we a third of the way through this? I think we're just over a third. Wait, what is it? It's 18, 36, 52. No, 54. Yeah, I think we're just over a third of the way through. My hands are sweaty. Okay, I brought it down another like half a second or just over. Vettel is keeping the pace, and this is what I mean, like Ferraris and Mercedes in this game are so quick. I'd like to see what the difference is on 2018. I wonder if the Red Bull, actually Red Bulls are down on them, but they just do well. They have good race pace. Another fastest lap of the race by 6,000th of a second. No. I see Vettel, but it looks like the same sort of distance as I was. Once we get it under 10 seconds, I think we can start to really reel him in. I don't know why I have Avengers music in my head. You know what, let's do a few laps in a different... Wait, let me go around this corner. Okay, that was a bad corner, I'm not used to that. Let's do a few in first person, you know. See how we do. See what our lap times are. Okay, this seems actually alright. I'm not too bad with this, to be honest. Actually, I'm half a second down, but I think that's because I've messed up that corner in second sector. Okay, this is a bit slightly uphill, so it's actually quite hard. Then we're going downhill, so I can't really see the track and the line. This corner's going to be a bit weird. Okay, I think I hit the curb quite nicely there. How are we doing on the apex? Yeah, it's not the worst. Okay, we're only 4 tenths, so we actually gained a tenth. This corner's scary. Ugh. I'm only going to do it like this full lap in this mode. For this view. I'm not bad, you know, not bad. See how it compares to my last lap. I think I slowed down a bit too much then. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I really need to catch up to Bill. Actually, I've got a fastest first sector. Mad. That corner was horrible. Okay, so I've created a gap to Ricardo, which is nice. You know what, I've done this bit of the lap, let's just go back to this view. I just prefer this view, just so I can see the track nicely. Car looks decent. Oh, okay, now that I'm mucking out, I need to get a bit used to this view again. 8.6 seconds. It's about lap 25, right? Maybe a bit later, thinking about it. As long as I'm in third by lap 30 when I want to pit. Actually, I want to see what my tyres are like around like 28. Nice. Seems a bit closer, but not too much. There's actually a big gap between Vettel and second, which I presume is second. Could be lap cars. We're gonna lap cars in this race, I'm pretty sure of it. Could be Ericsson. How slow he was. Ricardo's got an issue, but he's behind me. Bottas is in the pits again. Are the front runners go for a free stop? If they are, I've won this race. If they have, I'm not going to stop if I can. So it was Bottas in front of me. He can realistically only do 10 laps on the super softs. So with that calculation, surely he's going to pit again. Yeah, maybe twice. If he does like 20. Oh, is that Ricardo that's stopped? Oh, Alonso's out of the race. Wow. Alright, we've got our first retirement of this one. I thought it was Ricardo, which would have been a bit sucks, to be fair. I like Ricardo. I don't mind Alonso. He was my teammate for 2 years on career mode. And, like, I kind of like him because like, he's a veteran. Okay, he's going very slow around there. Yeah, no, it's yellow flag. Okay. Oh, I missed it. I love it said no overtaking in that yellow part of the track, but I didn't have anyone to overtake. But I think Vettel slowed a bit. 6.8 seconds ahead. I'm starting to believe, though, that he is going to pit soon. Where's Raikkonen, though, in all this? I think Raikkonen's just gone off into the sunset. So it's not over yet. Obviously I'm up into the podium at the moment, but I need to pit again. Yeah, about another 7 laps or something. The problem is, though, like, once I pit, I'm only realistically still over just like half race distance. So I love the pit parts of the race, but see how I do, really. I do know that within like the first laps I did have 3 viewers, and I know one of them's me watching my stream so I can read out things, and I knew one was Kyle, but I don't know if it's Kyle that's left now because it's down to 2, or Kyle's the one that stayed and someone else joined. So yeah, whoever it is, let it be known to me who 'tis. Ooh. .8 seconds. So was that a second I took out his time then? So weird how... Oh. Vettel's pitting. I could go to Rich soon. Vettel's pit. Raikkonen's 21.5 seconds ahead. Are you dumb? How has he got such an advantage over everyone, including his teammate? Oh, jeez. So that's pretty much nearly like a pit window length. So Valtteri's 15.1 seconds behind me. If I can create a gap big enough where I can pit and then still come out in front of him, that'd be pretty good. Even if I come up behind him, I think I'm quicker. So... this is what I love about the pit parts of the track. I should have alluded to this when I actually said. It's because you have to. It makes you think, and I love thinking about what's going to happen next. Because with motorsport, it's so unpredictable, like it is with most sports. But it makes you really think, and it makes you appreciate like what strategists have to go through, because they come up with strategies of giving their drivers the best possible chance of winning. So they need to work out, is it quicker to go... Right, so like the situation I'm in is I want to go 2 stops, because like I'm thinking that means I get don't have to like stop pretty much and lose like 20 seconds. Or is it quicker to go 3 stops, which is added 20 seconds, but you're on fresher tyres for a bit more of the race. And so strategists have to work out per lap how quicker tyres would be to other cars, and work out if that is a greater number than like the 20 odd so seconds. It's such a mind-boggling thing, but I'd hope to and pray that they get paid a lot to figure that out. And to be fair, like in recent races, like Mercedes have got it wrong, because like there's other variables to think about when doing that. It's like, what are the chances of a safety car? Like, because if a safety car is like, you lose less time because cars on track are going slower behind the safety car. Same with virtual safety car. So you have to. There's obviously those variables which you can't really predict. it's mind-boggling. Like, I could never do something like that because I could not work out what my expected speed is compared to other cars, because I wouldn't have a clue what their speed would be and how much time they would lose. And you have to think about how quickly tyres degrade, so like which is the best tyres to go on for a certain point of the race, like what's the best it's so much to think about. So credit to them, and like if they get it wrong, everyone's going to make mistakes. It's human nature to make mistakes, but if you can learn from them, and obviously each track is different. Like some cars perform better on certain tracks, so like fast-paced ones with faster corners, you'd probably say like probably Ferraris would be better. With slower corner ones, you'd probably say Mercedes are, because I think they're better like handling ones. It's so much to think about, so credit to them. Right, we're on lap 26, and I did say we were going to be close to Vettel. In fact, I'm ahead of him. This looks like a back marker. Who was it? Is it Ericsson? It is Ericsson. Ericsson, I saw you about, what, 20 laps ago? Right, you're under blue flag. Vettel has just put in the fastest lap. I assume he's on the soft tyre like Valtteri is. I think like Valtteri came into I think Seb came into like kind of just copy what Valtteri's strategy is going to be, and I think Raikkonen's more suited to mine. Okay, I just actually totally forgot that Ericsson had to let me pass. I thought it was just the easiest overtake ever. I wish I had like a long straw to a drink. I might be able to when I pit. Okay. Okay, we are at half race distance, I just realised. So, I don't know how long we've been going, but whatever we've been going, chances are we're going to just do exactly the same again. Or we could crash out. Luckily, I've been fine for instance. And to be fair, other cars have been fine. We've had one retiree at half race distance, and that is the Mercedes, the McLaren, which is the least reliable car. So it's kind of expected and one of the slowest cars, so it doesn't really alter what's happening with me. I've only gained on Raikkonen for like a second and a half. That's making me think I need to come in when they want me in, which is not this at the end of this lap, it's at the end of the next lap. Because I need to do whatever I can to catch up to Raikkonen. And I find on this game that Raikkonen is better than Vettel, but in real life it's obviously the other way around. And sometimes on my career, Valtteri is better than Lewis. With Red Bulls though, they are very equal drivers. I would say Max and Danny are equally good, so it doesn't really matter either way. And it is quite even on career, like seeing where their positions are. So I hope on 2018 they make it where Lewis and Seb are a bit better than their counterparts, their teammates. But it's an interesting one. You know what, one day I'd love, like, obviously, well, it's not obvious because for anyone that's watching that doesn't know, we've done a few races, me and a few mates, we've done a few races at 25% distance. I would love one day to see if they would be down to do a full race, so an hour and a half race, and like you can't mess up, because if you do get a mess up, because in Prix you could use flashbacks and stuff, and like, I'm not using flashbacks, even though I have them available to me, I'm just not using them. I'd like to see if they would be down to do one, because obviously that's a lot of concentration, and it's whether or not internet could be an issue, because our friend Mark, let's just say phones have better connection than his house does. Okay, we've got another blue flag. I think that's Verline. Yes, it is. Please don't like give me space on the corner. Oh my. Actually, no. I think he's doing the right thing. Now he's gonna go off the racing line. This is actually where I overtook Ericsson as well. I'm kind of worried about Raikkonen's pace right now. It's actually very good. I think I'm gonna pit in on this lap. Or do I wait a couple more laps just so I've got better tyres towards the end? No, I'd rather come in and get that pace. Plus I can actually go up to rich fuel. I've got 4 laps spare. 18.4 seconds. So I'm actually closing the gap to Raikkonen slowly. And I'm going to predict towards the very end of this race is when I could catch him up. I don't know what strategy he's on. I just hope that I'm far enough ahead of Bottas right now. Okay, once I get past this line, right, I need to get a drink. I've got a drink right beside me. Oh, that was nice. Got sway back. Well, I've got 3 viewers. Say hi in the chat, because I've got time to see it. Right, I need to wipe my hands up. Shit. Whew. Second pit stop. Right, Bottas has just gone ahead of me. Vettel's on the super soft again. Was he on the softs for the second stint? That's what I would really like to know. Because if he was on the softs on his second stint, it means that he doesn't have to change tyres again. If he's gone on super soft twice though, however, it means that he does have to pit again. I'm on the softs right now, so it means that, well, I don't have to pit again unless I have to. I'm hoping that for like 23 laps these tyres can last. Maybe towards the end, if like the Ferraris are gone free stop and I built a big lead, maybe I can just for safety reasons, to make sure I get to the end on decent tyres, I could pit. But at this stage I'm 4th right now. Everyone's, I think, pitted twice. I don't know if Raikkonen pitted in front of me. That's one thing I'd like to know. Not that it matters too much, because I knew he was going to pit again before the end of the race, because we're only just over half race distance. None of these tyres I don't think can last 29. Yeah, Raikkonen is there. Right, I'm 5 seconds behind Vettel. So actually, to be fair, I think because he pitted earlier, he's had advantage and he's gone a bit quicker than me. Because if you remember, before he pitted, last time, he was about 6 seconds in front of me. So it's only down to 5. So I think it would have been a lot more if I pitted around the same sort of side. Right. I'm trying to think when my best time is to go to Rich. I'm thinking about now, because I'm on fresh tyres, meaning that I'll have the most grip, I'll have the most pace. Okay, down the straight. We are going to a Rich, meaning that the fuel will start to go down, my excess fuel, so I need to keep an eye on that. But it means I should be going considerably faster. I wouldn't say so much faster, but it's enough to give me a bit of boost. And I wouldn't be surprised if I break the lap record, the lap record in this. Even though I'm technically on the slower tyres, I'm losing fuel, meaning that my car is getting lighter and lighter. So I think this is the time to really push. As long as I can just keep it, my car just heading forward. Okay, that is Vettel in front, and he's trying to overtake someone. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Ericsson again, even though it's not. It's technically, he unlapped himself when we went into the pits. It's either him or Verlaine. I think it would be Ericsson. Even though I'm technically on slower tyres than Vettel. Right, he's overtaken the Sauber. Let's just make sure I get. Okay, that wasn't the best final corner ever, but. Okay. See, I absolutely smashed that by 1.2 seconds. Because I am on Rich and I am ready to rock and roll. It is Ericsson. Do I get DRS? Was I a second behind in detection zone? I bloody well was. Let's go. Get out of my way, Marcus, thank you. And now we are ready to hunt down Seb. Shame this isn't for the lead, but I'm actually glad that I'm not first at this point of the race, because it would be boring from here on in. I've still got cars to overtake. Okay, he's overtaken another car. He's actually having a bit of difficulty overtaking him then. Who is that anyway? It's Van Dorn. Right. Okay, it slowed down Seb a bit, but it did slow down me as well, so... Come on, Seb. Make a mistake. Lose engine power. Do something. Just don't cause contact with me. That would be very nice. But very nasty. It's nice to see Verstappen in 5th, but that kind of says to me that Ricardo had that quite an issue, and then now I'm guessing he's okay because he must have just come into the pits, got it sorted. Let's sort. Why did they go in so deep here? They're going so narrow. As long as I have DRS at the end of second. Second corner, I should be right. I'm sure I'm with a second. Doesn't seem it. It seemed a bit more, to be fair. I'm gonna just stick with him. And then down the straight, I'm hoping I can take him, but this straight is just not long enough. As long as I can gain him, I have a chance. This is probably the biggest overtake if it happens. Can I take him on this next corner on the outside? I've been pretty decent around this corner. Okay, no, he's not falling for those games. This shows the pace of the Ferrari. I'm giving it everything, and I'm on Rich to get past him. Okay, I can't see the corner. Okay, I can. Okay, he got away from it. I just had to ease off a tiny bit. If I get the chicane right, I should have DRS down the hangar straight. Alright, come on. I pressed the wrong button! It's alright though. Right, Seb is now dispatched. Is that Bottas now ahead? Yes it is. At least he's up to second. That's alright. To be fair, I am on a slow tyre than Vel, so I did well. 2 seconds between myself and Valtteri. Here's my next target, because then I can see how far I'm behind the other scarlet red Ferrari. You know what? I love Ferraris in real life, but I've never, I haven't grown up watching F1 and liked them, because as soon as I got into F1, I was a huge Hamilton fan, and I've been ever since. So that's what, 11 years, and Ferraris have always been the one challenging. Back then it was Kimi Räikkönen the first time because he was champion in 2007, and then it was the likes of Massa, Alonso. Then it was Kimi again, and then obviously since then Seb, who I've never really liked just because he's always been doing well either in the Red Bull. I just see another message. I'll see that down the straight in a sec. Let me get this chicane right. That was a bit wide. I don't have DRS, but anyway. Ultraman Nexus has put hello, welcome. You join us on lap 33 of this 52 lap British Grand Prix on F1 2017. Bottas has gone in deep. He's lost a bit of time. Come on. I need to get DRS. What is my favourite F1 team? I'd probably say Mercedes. I'm not a glory supporter in F1. I'm really not. I've literally just followed the career of Hamilton when he was at, first of all, McLaren. I was a huge McLaren fan when it was brilliant at the time when it was Hamilton and Button, obviously another British driver. I just really like the British drivers. But yeah, ever since he's moved to Mercedes, when they weren't even good when he moved to Mercedes, obviously he took Michael Schumacher's seat at Mercedes. I think they came like 4th or something in Hamilton's first season, and obviously since then they've been more dominant, and I think from like 2012, 2013 and 2014, am I saying this right? Or was it like 24? I can't remember when their dominance really. Jesus Christ! I nearly wet myself. That was so scary. I knew he was under blue flag, but I did not expect it to be that close. That could have took me out of the race. Okay, I've just noticed that Raikkonen's only 10 seconds ahead. And he's on the soft. I think, I think I know that Ferrari on split strategies, and what that means is one driver's on like one tyre while the other is on the other. So they try and cover off whatever like Mercedes or other teams do. So that's interesting. 10.8 seconds off the lead with 17 laps remaining. That was the fastest lap, even though I nearly crashed into... Was that Palmer? I don't even know what that was. The only car right now that stands in my way between second and first right now is Kimi Raikkonen, who is my foe on career. He is really my foe. I like Kimi in real life. A man of very few words. Obviously, Finnish drivers are good. He's such a likable guy, to be fair. So I have nothing against him, but on this game, he's my enemy. But it's a healthy rivalry. But yeah, Ultraman, like obviously you asked me, so I'll ask anyone that's in the chat. What is your favourite current F1 team, and also who's your favourite driver? Because everyone has a favourite driver as well as a favourite team. And also maybe who's your least favourite driver? I'd say my least favourite is probably Seb. Just because he's so good. And I want Hamilton to win everything. Jesus Christ, my finger feels like it's cramping. How much spare fuel we got? I'll check on this main straight. Red Bull, man. Yeah, I knew that, Kyle. To be fair, like, I would probably say one of the most beautiful cars is the Red Bull. Ever since it's gone to the matte, like, dark purple, it's such a beautiful car. Like, it was a nice looking car with the Red Bull like logo on the side. But when it was like shiny, it was just like normal gloss, really. But ever since I've gone matte, which was like it's been a couple of years now, it's a beautiful car. Any like dark car is nice. And obviously Max Verstappen speaks for himself. Got into became a Formula 1 driver before he got a driving license, which is crazy. Oh, my finger is just so tense right now. Where's Kimi up the road? I need to see at this sector times. I'm surprised how well sometimes I've done this chicane. I always used to struggle on old F1 games, but I don't know if like it's changed like difficulty or not. 8 seconds ahead, so he's come down about 2.5 seconds in a few laps. 16 laps to go. 8 seconds, so I need to just average half a second a lap and it'll be a tense finish. Have I timed this brilliantly? Because obviously I paused myself from driving at the start. Have I timed this to perfection where it's going to be a photo finish? Bottas is in the pits again. Oh, I need to see how much spare fuel I've got. I've got 2.5-ish. That's alright. That's not going to see us to the end of the race, obviously, but as long as I can close the gap, it's alright. I'm trying to think, does that mean Kimi's going to pit again? In which case it's just going to be a boring finish then. If Kimi pits again, I'm going to pit again just to make it interesting, I think. Just end on the super softs. He's 7.1 seconds, so I've actually taken nearly a second out of his time in like half a lap. How? Is he struggling on those tyres now? I'm guessing my tyres seem alright, surely. They feel alright. 15% on the front left. That's the one I'm looking at most, because obviously it's a clockwise track. It means that the front left is always going to take the beating. You know what, Carl, if you're still in the chat, what's your favourite track? Because obviously this is your first like Formula 1 game. What's your favourite track so far that you've driven? Because there's probably a few that you haven't driven. my personal favourite. I'm always torn between Canada and Australia, but I'd probably say I love Australia more. I just love how it flows. I'd probably say that's the track I've driven the most on F1 games, either by starting careers again. I just love that track. British Grand Prix is up there. My least favourite though is Japan. I hate it. I hate it more than Monaco. Monaco's fine. I just hate Japan. It's got such the worst sector in history. The first sector in it, it's just like left, right, and just if you muck up there, you can't catch up to anyone. But yeah, a lot of Australia I just love. I love it to bits. I used to love Bahrain, but I don't know, I just don't feel it as much anymore. That's a lot. Australian or British, can't go wrong. I love Victoria Park, which is obviously the Australian one. But yeah, obviously because we're British, Silverstone is just holds a special place in our heart. To be fair, I was going through the tracks before I started this live stream thinking which one should I do. I was tempted to do the Australian one, but I was thinking if I do like more full races in the future, then oh, there's the yellow flag. What's happening? Then I want to do Australia. Obviously, I wanted, if I do start a season, that one would be next. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I could. Wow. Wow. Kimi is out of the race. Okay. Should I have pitted then? I think Vettel's pitted. Oh no, I've missed a chance to because I've caught up to the safety car. At least time's gonna last. They should do. Okay, they've been released because they're back markers. Imagine my only crash of this race and it would be into the safety car. How embarrassing would that be? A Mercedes SLS that is designed to be on track for safety and it causes me to crash. Imagine. I've got an itchy ear for some reason. I want to try and itch it, but I've really got a severe itchy ear, and like it's on my right side, so I need to take my hand off the accelerator. Down the main straight, I'll try and do it. Okay, Vettel's miles behind. I'm tempted to pit then. Who's this car coming up behind? That's what I want to know. I've got a really itchy ear. I'm going to ease off a tiny bit and itch it. Catch the safety car, I know. I think that's Vettel behind, in which case I shouldn't pit. I have a feeling he'd pit. I've nearly done it again. It was Palmer. Oh, I should have pitted. I should have just pitted then. And I'm not going to use a flashback to do it. I'm just not going to pit. I'm just going to last till the end. I was not expecting Kimi to. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, it looks like Palmer's going to be in the gap between. Right, all I hope now, between now and the end, because it looks like I should win with like 12 laps remaining. All I hope now then is that Valtteri can get ahead of Seb. If we can end with a Mercedes 1-2 at Silverstone, then absolutely brilliant. Okay, my headset is sat on my ear dodgily now. Okay, Van Dorm, and then it looks like it's Seb and Valtteri, so I need to sort my headset. That's better. I hate this. I hate hearing the rev limiter, but I'm trying to ease off so it's not doing it. But then I just like get too far behind the safety car. I was not expecting the safety car. Me talking about race strategy for quite a bit this race, and that's the thing, you can't call it even on a game. I don't know why it was I don't know why it was a safety car realistic, because he was just in front of the pits where I saw him. All he had to do is drive in. I'm guessing it's going to be in this lap though, even though there's only a few cars behind. Why is Van Dorm and what the hell? Why did Palmer go invisible then? I'm trying to ease it off, but then I get too far behind the safety car, then I have to go and catch up. The thing is, what you people fail to realise is, watching F1, you think that the safety car is going slow. That's actually going flat out. I am the safety car. Apparently. Wait, is it coming in? I didn't really hear what my engineer said, to be honest. No, it's not coming in. Got another lap of this. Ugh. Oh, I know what I should do. And I don't know why I haven't been doing this before. Let me do it down the straight. One thing everyone should do on this game, you go into lean when you're doing this, because you're harvesting fuel. See, look, it's already gone from 2.06 to 2.87, 2.09 now, so I'm just getting fuel back, which I should be able to like use for on rich to the end of the race now. I should have done that last lap. I need to remember to change it back to standard at least before the start of the race. The restart of the race. What are these two doing? I swear you're not allowed to overtake. Why are they side by side all the time? I know they're back markers, which is going to mess up. I think that could mess up Sebastian, meaning that Bottas could do bits, you know. So I've already gone up 0.2 laps in like the first sector. The crowd is cheering. I was going to say the crowd is cheering. All Hamilton has to do now is bring it home at his home Grand Prix. The boy from what? No, Stevenage. He was born. I don't know. I was thinking Watford then, but he was born in Stevenage. Born into a racing family. Did go-karting up to the age of 8 before signing with McLaren, with their team boss Ron Dennis at the time. Came through their program. Got into F1 in the 2007 F1 Championship. Came second behind Kimi Raikkonen in the championship. Next season won the championship on the final day, coming 5th, I believe. Is it coming in? Oh my god, it's not coming in. Why? I want to go racing and finish this race. I've been driving for about an hour and 20 minutes or something. I hate that revving engine. I'm glad I didn't pit now, because all I have to do is 10 laps. I could have been stuck behind a few cars. I should be doing what proper F1 drivers do in this situation, and I'll do it down this next straight. They're still side by side. How pathetic. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do what drivers do. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Warm those tyres. I'm getting bored of seeing this SLS. One thing I will say, which I'm kind of surprised by, and I'm going to say it now because we're near the end of the race, and I've only just thought of it, is I'm surprised we haven't seen any weather change. I was expecting weather change in this race. I was expecting starting the wet, and then it get drier as the race went on. Okay, surely the safety car is going to come in this lap. Surely. Hey look, myself on the screen. Normally I do like single players ones with no HUD on, but because like it's a stream and people might want to see exactly what's happening, I decided to put it on. I've got an itchy nose. Let's see if I can get rid of it before. Well, they can't overtake me until it turns green, so let's just slow it down a bit. I swear Palmer was set like behind me before Van Dorn. Okay, we are green, so around this corner, let's dash. Let's just get away now. 10 laps to go. Let's do this. I'm on lean still, aren't I? Yes, I am. On the straight, I'll switch. Still got an itchy nose. That's my update. Really itchy nose now. I'm focusing on it. Do you guys find that like when you've got an itchy nose, if you think about it more, it just feels like it itches more? Okay, it looks like Bottas is stuck behind cars, but Vettel got away. Okay, that is a low-flying helicopter. Now, why do I have my temperatures up? I don't care about my engine temperatures, as long as they're fine. Oh, Bottas is... The Ferraris just have the pace, you know. Obviously I'm winning, but Kimi would have been tough to overtake. I really do believe that if he stayed in. If it ended right now, I think it's quite a realistic podium. Despite the fact that obviously Vettel won the British Grand Prix last weekend, so... He's right up behind me, actually. He's going for it. He's less than a second behind me. This could be a tense ending, I don't know. To be fair, I could slow him back into Valtteri, but then I risk making a mistake. In hindsight, I should have done this race with Max Verstappen, because then I think Kyle might have been supporting me. I think I've done one full race with Max before. Can't remember what it was though. That was staying with me, looking at the minimap. Oh, okay, that was poor. Okay, we managed to get it back. Is he within a second? That's why I want to. Let's have a look. 1.1 second, but I don't know if he's got DRS. He might have just been within a second at the DRS detection. So. Oh, DRS was not enabled. Of course it is. It's always the third lap after a stop. It's always the third lap at the start of a race, and it's always the third lap after a safety car, or a virtual safety car as well. I feel sorry for Van Dorn and Palmer right now, because I just keep seeing like blue dots on the minimap, so they're just going further back really. Now I've got an itchy side of the nose, but it's the other side now. Okay, Vettel, I'm starting to build a gap. I keep thinking this race is just about to end, but there's actually still like 7 laps to go after this lap. Mad. Right, 5 laps to go. I just decided to be a bit quiet then, just so I could just focus and just have a bit of peace and quiet, you know. One thing I was actually thinking, it's actually surprising only there's only been 2 retirements in this race, but probably it's a big shock that Kimi was the second one. Fernando Alonso after like lap, I don't know, about 18 or something, I want to guess. And then Kimi about lap 39 or something like that, 38, 39. But yeah, with 5 laps to go, we're nearly home and dry. It's nearly there. I feel exhausted. I'd hate to feel what the drivers feel, but at the end of the day, like in real life, like it's all worth it if they go out and get a win. And it looks like I am going to be claiming a win for Mercedes and for Lewis Hamilton at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone International Circuit. And if you remember, right at the start, I was just like slowly driving for about 30 seconds. It might even be more, like consider the last driver, which was Ericsson, was 30 seconds ahead of me, and I caught him very easily, but from back to front it looks like it's going to happen. Obviously there's still 4 laps to go and anything can happen, but we've just pumped in the fastest lap of the race. That just proves that our car is getting lighter and lighter. We're actually on the slower compound, but yeah, I'm exhausted, but it feels good. It feels very good, but it's not over yet. It'll feel even better at the final, at the finish line, but yeah, it's been a long race. It would be technically nearly over if it weren't for that safety car. It probably would be over, but we're fucking there. We've driven actually pretty brilliant. We've had a couple of like knocks, and we've had a very big scare. I think it was Palmer or something. I can't remember who it was. That could have taken them. We haven't sustained any damage in this race, which is kind of surprising. I thought I'd get a bit of a I might make a mistake, but you've got to think this is a proper like racetrack where it's not like narrow or anything. I'm guessing it. I'd probably guess if I did it where somewhere like Canada or something where there are barriers right next to a track, it would have been a bit different or something like that. But it's been a very good race. So like, I will say, I'm gonna say it now, but I'm gonna also say it at the end of the race. If you want to see me do other like races, all I want you to do is tell me the track, the distance, if it's going to be 25%, 50% or 100% length races. I don't mind any of them. And I want you to tell me what driver you want me to be as. So it could, like, you could say, okay, you want me to do another 100% race, so I'll be able to do that. You could say someone like China or something as the track, and you could say Danny Kvyat for Toro Rosso. I don't know. That's entirely up to you. So yeah, you can leave that in the comments. I'll say it at the end again. So just so it's like fresh in your mind. And yeah, 3 laps to go, or about 2.5 now. And it's looking very much likely that we are going to win this race. I think I need a nap after this. Obviously we'll watch the presentations, everything like the podium, all the celebrations, and then we'll reflect on the final leaderboard. See like what sort of times we got, see where other people came, because all I know right now is the top 3. I don't know where anyone else came. I don't know where the Red Bulls came. I don't know where like any other teams. I want to know where Force Indians came, Williams, stuff like that. I don't know why you're on. That shows how tired I'm actually after this race. My hand hurts, it's sweaty as hell, but it's been worth it. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have too. 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining. We're nearly there. We're nearly home and dry. We're nearly there. I'm just wheeling the car on. All I have to do now is just 2 laps of just not hitting anything, keeping a good pace to Vettel, which I've built up a nice gap since the safety car on like lap 43 or something, or 42. How far are we ahead? Putting in the fastest sector time right there. He's 5.2 seconds behind, which is very nice indeed. Bottas is 10 seconds behind. Can we get one more fast lap? I'd like to get it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think these tyres are starting to get very worn. Obviously I'm not looking at the graphic to the right because I'm going around the chicane right now, but maggots and Beckett's up to 34%, so that's not too bad. I think that was a sloppy middle sector. It was. I'm nearly 2 tenths down now. Got less than a lap spare left. Okay, we are now going to begin in just a second the final lap of the race. Lap 52. Lap 52, and here we go. Oh, we did get a fastest lap. Sick. Okay, so around the first corner, nice and flat, keeping nice and tight to the curbs, following the racing line, braking in, nice and deep, getting nicely around, braking hard for the next bit, easing off a bit so I can get round and not hit any of the curb, hit the apex there, nice, go out to the curb but just staying nicely on the track, down the main straight, cutting in for the next turn, which is nice and slow. This one I just need to keep a nice speed, not hit too much curb, not go too much wider or I'd end up in a gravel. Nice exit, sweeping around. I'd like to know every corner's name. I know a few, but hitting this nice and flat out again, hitting a bit of curb, nice, not losing much speed at all. Now going into Maggots corner, nice. Now into Beckett's. I think this is Beckett's, just so. It's hitting that pretty scruffily. Now onto the hanger straight. I know this is. I think is this Luffield? I don't know. It is hanger straight because that Silverstone is built on, I think, 3 runways. I think there's 3 runways because it used to be an airbase. Approaching the final couple of corners. Nice corner. Can I get the final corner right? The checkered flag is out waiting for me. Let's go nice and tight there, and it's all over. We have managed to get a brilliant win at the British Grand Prix. My hands are sweaty, they're knackered. My controller is actually it's alright. It hasn't got much sweat on at all. We are going to look at the ceremony of getting the trophy, getting on the podium. Toto Wolff there, very happy with Mercedes getting the win. Obviously it would have been nice to get a 1-2 with Bottas come second, but Seb just had so much pace out of the safety car. Brilliant scenes there in the garage. The team has done very well. Good pit stops. On the right strategy with a 2 pit stop strategy. I'd like to see who did a 3 pit stop. I don't know why it's showing Grosjean. He finished a race, which in real life is actually a rare thing. Now we're on the podium with the Union Jack aloft as the British driver wins on home soil. In real life that's actually a gold trophy, so they got that wrong. And now it's time for wasting a good amount of champagne. At least there's 2 Mercedes drivers on the podium. Brilliant win for Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone. So let's have a quick look in this. Like obviously there's talking in the background from Anthony and David Croft and Anthony Davison. I'm just trying to wait for them to finish before I start talking. So la 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 la. Okay, they're finished. Okay, so looking at it, both Sebastian and Valtteri both stopped 3 times, which makes me believe they stopped under the safety car. I mean, in fact, they didn't lose any time effectively because they still came second and third. And even if they didn't pit, I'm pretty sure they would finish second and third. So they didn't have to. If they won a safety car, I think I would have won it by a bit. But it's interesting. Looks like Ricciardo got 4th with Max getting 5th. So if you're still watching Kyle, then there's where the 2 Red Bulls finished. So it looks like everyone from Hamilton to Grosjean didn't get lapped. Grosjean actually got a time penalty at the end, it seems. Let's see if he got 2 times 10-second penalties. Jesus Christ. But yeah, as you can see, we started 20th on the grid and finished 1st. Sebastian started 1st, finished 2nd. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the race director. Let's have a quick look at this. So obviously it says who finished and where they finished and whatnot. So obviously, just to recap, Fernando Alonso didn't finish. He got a DNF because he must have had a failure. I don't know what lap it was. And Kimi Raikkonen also was the only other driver to retire. But let's have a look at incidents. Now, as you can see, I didn't have any racing incidents with anyone, which is good. So there was actually a few on lap 1s, including Vettel, Ricciardo, Bottas, Hulkenberg and Sainz. And they were just like into each other because it looks like Hulkenberg went into Sainz and Sainz went into Hulkenberg. Vettel and Bottas collided with each other. Ricardo went into Perez, Magnussen went in Stroll. So now is the interesting bit. Alonso got a mechanical failure on lap 21, so I said around 18, so I wasn't too far. And lap 38, Raikkonen also got a mechanical failure. It looks like here Massa got a collision with the safety car. I think he was one of the two drivers that was allowed to go ahead before I caught up to it, so that might happen there. Grosjean, towards the end, we saw that it was a yellow flag. So he got a stop-go penalty for a severe collision with Ericsson, and then he failed to do the he failed to actually do the stop-go penalty, which is you go into the pits, you stop, and then you go again. That's all. So you waste about 20-25 seconds, and he got a 5-second penalty there. But in the end, it didn't really matter. I don't know what position he was in, but he ended up 12th overall. But yeah, that seems to be everything. So guys, all I can say is a huge thank you to everyone that joined me in the stream today, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. Obviously, I don't know how long that actually it does say. That was 86 minutes, 19 seconds, milliseconds. So that was 1 hour 26 minutes of racing, which was pretty intense. Obviously, we went from the back of the grid plus that extra 30 seconds, but I decided to give myself handicap. It turns out we came first. I wasn't honestly expecting to come first. I was expecting podium, like third maybe, but I was had a bit of luck with Raikkonen having a mechanical failure, but I still believe I could have like caught him. So, but we showed very good pace. We were incredibly clean today. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, like I said, a few laps like before the end. If you want to see me do more races, all I want to hear from anyone that comments is the race distance you want to see. So that could be 50%, 25%, or 100%, like today. The track and the driver. I will say this: I won't necessarily pick all three of, like, if there is a comment, say someone says 100% Monaco and say Vettel or something. That doesn't mean I'm going to choose Monaco and Vettel. I could choose like one of them, if that makes sense. So I could choose like 100% and use Vettel, but I might choose another one. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I really enjoyed. So that's all I really can say. Also, any challenges anyone wants to see me do? Oh dear, my throat is so dry. I need a drink. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the stream now. We've probably been streaming about an hour and 40, I'm gonna guess, all in or something like that. But yeah, that's gonna end it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Until next time, goodbye.